different lens in it. Hare Krishna. Too many settings, bro. Seriously. Even I could not understand. Suddenly it was saying how to change orientation. Hare Krishna. Yes. We'll just chant for a few minutes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare. Little kirtan will have. My throat is still not well. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Yashodharandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tirabhanachari Yamuna Tirabhanachari Yashodhanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tirabhanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare जय प्रभुपाद। श्री राधा गोपी वल्लभ की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, श्री निताय गौरंग भगवान की जय, इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, ऑल assembled devotees की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nakum karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Pavitro Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gatopi Va Yat Smaret Pundarikaksha Sabhyabhyantaram Suche Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for coming. Srinivas Prabhu, can you come little to the right? I can see you. You also, Mataji. Yeah. Because without having eye contact, I can't understand whether you're understanding or not understanding. You may not want to see my face, but I want to see your face. Hare Krishna. So firstly, I'm very grateful that all of you have chosen to come again to Bhagavad Gita classes. We are continuing in 8th chapter, and today hopefully we'll finish the 8th chapter. It's about attaining the Supreme. What does it mean to say attain the Supreme? What comes to your mind? Attaining the Supreme. Bhagavan ko pana. What comes to your mind?
We can go to Krishna.
We can go to Krishna. That's a very nice point. We can go to Krishna. Otherwise, you would not have spoken this chapter. If somebody has a doubt, oh no, Prabhu, bahut bade, mai chota. No. You can go to Krishna. We all can go to Krishna. And that is the reason he is speaking this chapter. How can you come to me? Right? Till now, he told us about Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Right? To a certain extent, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. And now he's finally telling that using all these things, how you can come to me. Next chapter will tell what will you do after coming to me? Devotional service. Right? And next chapter will tell about his strengths. And finally, 12th chapter will conclude about how we both can be happy together in love, in devotional love. Right? So we have come to this chapter. I know there's a 2 weeks gap. What I'll do is I'll just read the translation without any discussion, so you all get oriented to where we stopped. Right? The age of Kali Yuga, forget about you, I'll forget. So for my reputation, I'm just reading it. Chapter 8, Shloka 1, translation. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Arjuna inquired, O my Lord, O Supreme Person, what is Brahman, what is the Self, what are the fruitive activities, what is this material manifestation, and what are the demigods? Please explain this to me. 2. Who is the Lord of Sacrifice? How does he live in his body? O Madhusudana, and how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? 3. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the indestructible transcendental living entity is called Brahman, and his eternal nature is called Adhyatma, the Self. Action pertaining to the development of the material bodies of the living entities is called Karma, or fruitive activities. 4. O best of the embodied beings, the physical nature, which is constantly changing, is called Adibhuta, the material manifestation, the universal form of the Lord, which includes all the demigods, like those of the sun and moon, is called Ad- Adi Daiva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represented as the super soul in the heart of every embodied being, am called Adi Yajna, the Lord of sacrifice. Text 5. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. So here is telling the process, right? Whoever at the end of this life remembers me, at once comes to me, he gets my nature. 8.6. Whatever state of being one remembers, when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. 7. Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. 8. He who meditates on me as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he, O Partha, is sure to reach me. 9. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is the smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun and is transcendental beyond this material nature. 10. One who, at the time of death, fixes his life hair between the eyebrows and by the strength of yoga, with an undeviating mind, engages himself in remembering the Supreme Lord in full devotion, will certainly attain to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. 11. Persons who are learned in the Vedas, who utter Omkara, and who are great sages in renounced order, enter into Brahman. Desiring such perfection, one practices celibacy. I shall now briefly explain to you this process by which one may attain salvation. Text 12. The yogic situation is that of detachment from all sensual engagements, closing all the doors of the senses and fixing the mind on the heart and the life air at the top of the head. One establishes himself in yoga. 13. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets. Text 14. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Please repeat this verse. Ananya Cheta Satatam Yo Mam Smarati Nisyasha Tasyaham Sulabham Partha Sulabha Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yogina. So for one who remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection.
Then who returns?
We, when we return, will not come back here. When we go back to God, we will not be attracted to anything here. Right now we are attracted to many things here. That is the reason we are coming back here again and again. We are rotating here. Rotating here.
If we follow the path of Bhakti and we go there, then some of us are returning back again, no?
No,
Even
you will not. You can. There are two things. Can you return back? You can return back. But will you return back? No, you won't return back. Both can simultaneously exist. If you have gone through enough here, right? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, birth, old age, disease, death. Why would I want to come back here? Both of you. Because everything I'm losing again and again. Whatever I got in this life, I have to leave everything and go again, restart, again, restart. It's always starting from zero. Nothing like 10, 15. Yes. Or no, more than remembering, our consciousness will not be attracted anymore. See, through all this Janma, what is happening? Our consciousness is changing. Right? For example, in young age, boys and girls are very attractive. It's natural, right? Especially when you are 14, 15, 16, you're very attracted to the opposite sex. Like, that's what it is. That's the ultimate enjoyment and everything. Go and ask a 45-year-old person. He'll tell, हाँ अच्छा है, लेकिन there's something else also, in this world to enjoy. Go and ask a 60-year-old person, right? I'm not telling attraction will go away, but he'll tell that, he'll automatically tell, without any hesitation, he'll tell, that was illusion. Unnecessarily got carried away here and there. That's not important, right? Or somebody who has cut his hands with writing somebody's name, just imagine, right? At the age of 60, look at that. Kiska naam likh diya bekar mein. Again. So when we lead a life with our experiences, our thought process changes, our consciousness changes within the same life itself. What to speak of life after life, right? There will be a time when you have gone through this so many times that the next birth, if your father comes and tells, okay, study well, you have to get a good grades and, get a good job, and I'm like, yeah, it's not appealing me. I'm not supporting people who don't want to study. But I'm saying, कई लोगों को appeal ही नहीं होता है. Those people are the ones who go into mountains. They can peacefully stay there. If I go there, I'll not peacefully stay there. I'll open a software company there, right? Because my conscience is still here only. लेकिन जो साधु होते हैं, the actual sadhus who are naturally renounced, for them nothing is what is attractive. But that all happened through transitioning life after life. You can't artificially imitate it. That is the reason we say, when you come to Bhagavad Gita path, don't try to imitate sadhus. Try to follow their footsteps. Don't try to imitate them. I'll completely become renounced. मेरे को किसी में भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, इसमें भी इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. बीवी बोलेगी कपड़े खरीदने जाना है, हाँ इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक अमेजोन में ढूंढना है, इंटरेस्ट है. You have interest for your thing, but you are trying to pose that you're not interested in something else. Right? It's called pure imitation. You should not do that. Instead, Prabhupada has told about Yukta Vairagya. Use everything in service of Krishna. Everything in service of Krishna you can use. Right? Your education you can use. Your talents you can use. Your skills you can use. Your abilities you can use. Even politics you can use in service of Krishna. Right? Yes. Even politics you can use. Even leadership position you can use. Right? Use everything in service of Krishna. That is called Yukta Vairagya, not Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya. Right? When you lead a life like that, at one point you'll reach where you'll say, enough is enough, Krishna, now I want to come back to you. And that choice you have to make. And that choice doesn't come overnight. We discussed this on length last week also. Last week, that you have to make that choice. And the choice should be so firm, without any deviation. The choice should be like pakka. Without any doubt, you're making that choice. But that doesn't happen overnight, right? That doesn't happen overnight. Your choice can change. For example, your husband shouted at you. I don't want to see your face. Get lost, I'm leaving the house. But how firm is that choice? Are you sure about it? Or is that situational? At that situation, you felt like that, right? And next day morning, you're getting a call back. When are you coming to pick me up? Huh? Or rather, I will come back and torture you in your house. Right? So whatever. What I'm trying to tell is, it is not a situational choice. It's a choice made by your consciousness with full awareness and with all other choices remaining. All the other choices are there. Right? You can go to Brahma Loka, you can go to Mahar Loka, Siddhi Loka. You may not understand what it is. Let me. You can go to, what is it? Telapur. Huh? Or you can go and stay in, what is that? Posh apartment, you have another apartment. Jayaberi. Right? Jayaberi Crown or something. I don't know. Kitna ho? 10 crore? Something like that, right? You can go and stay there, right? So, as long as you're attracted to anything in this world, you cannot leave this world. Krishna will not allow you. Right? Because you'll go there and start doing real estate business in Goloka Vrindavan. If you're not coming out of all these things, right? So it's a change in consciousness at one point. We can't understand now, but you'll go to a point. If you're fortunate in this life, if you are less fortunate, maybe next life, where you'll actually choose Krishna. Krishna, done. Now I'm yours. I'm done. Right? You should pray for that. You should crave for that. Then only it will happen. Otherwise, nahi hoga aise. We'll keep doing bhajan, we'll keep eating prasadam, but we are in the process, by the way. We are better than the outside people. Outside people don't even know where they are. They don't even know where they are. And how much ever suffering they go through, they will not start their spiritual life because they are still hopeful to find enjoyment in this world. A devotee means the one who is convinced that there is no enjoyment in this world. When you get convinced that there is no enjoyment in this world, you will start really enjoying this world. You understand? It's very important. How do you enjoy this world? When you're convinced. Hey, nahi yahan pe enjoyment. Just imagine. You're all employees in a company. From back route, you got to know that company is in losses, no increment this year. You already got to know. Right? And your manager calls you for appraisal. How will you go? Chapura. Bol kya bol raha? Oh, you are not performed. This. Because you anyway know there is no increment. You know what I'm saying? There is no increment. There is no promotion. You already got the news. How happy you'll be? But foolish are the fellows who don't know this news. Right? That fellow will go to the man. Sir, I worked 3 Saturdays, sir. My leave I cancelled, sir. My marriage I postponed, sir. My this, sir, that fellow will be like, Chapura, I'm not going to give you anything because I also am not getting anything. Where will I give you? Company already told no increment this year, but this fellow doesn't know. What is he doing? He's going on crying, right? He's going to this manager, he's going to that manager. Like one day Ganeshji, one day Sai Baba, one day this Baba, one Daba, all this nonsense you are doing. But fundamental thing you don't know. What is that? Paisa nahi hai. You're understanding? A devotee, that's why doesn't go to devatas because he knows dukkhalaya ashashvatam. Kai ke liye jana devatas? You understand? And devatas are also part of the same material world. They are also thinking, why are you coming to me again and again? Don't you know? Bhagavad Gita nahi padha kya? Padha. Fir kyun aa raha hai? There's no meaning, right? When you know that this whole world is temporary, everything is temporary, why are you going and asking for things? You got a disease, a terminal disease. You have to go die. Maro na fir, aise bhi marna hai. If not now, okay. Does it mean probably I should not take medicine? Okay, take medicines. Okay, you want to live. And do what? Live and do what? You want to live like an elephant for 500 years? Or a tortoise for what? 800 years? Huh? What do you want to do with it? I don't know. Then die. If you don't know, better die now. Right? Prabhupada told, do your best to save my life, Prabhupada told. When he was in is in 1977 when he was almost leaving his body, and his disciples were trying to save him by getting Ayurvedic medicines and this and that. Prabhupada told his disciples, do your best to save me. What does it mean? Prabhupada is attached to his body? No. He said, I want to finish Bhagavatam. I want to finish my seva. I want to make sure that I give you everything before I go. He's not attached to his body. And a devotee can see the message of Krishna coming from everywhere. Because it's connected to Krishna. Once Prabhupada fell sick in New York City, he got badly sick, like really bad. At that time, doctor came, a materialistic American doctor, some Patrick, John, somebody. He came and he looked at Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, your problem is you are too much in devotion. You pray too much. Like that he told. Immediately Prabhupada disciples like, what nonsense is this fellow speaking? Huh? Who is he to tell Prabhupada, what devotion he has? He's an Acharya, Sansthapak Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. ये कौन सा डॉक्टर आके बता रहा है तुम्हारा बहुत डिवोशन हो रहा है? Right? And they actually got angry. Immediately Prabhupada looked at them. Wait. Yes, doctor. Yeah, Swamiji, you're too much devotion. You're praying too much. You should also spend some time walking. Your nervous system will allow you to function properly. You should walk a little. You're traveling too much around the world. You should walk every day morning. And Prabhupada immediately told, okay, thank you very much. Right? And after doctor left, immediately Prabhupada told, tomorrow morning onwards we'll walk. And then they said, but Swami, Prabhupada, look at the way that fellow was speaking. You have more devotion. He said, it was Krishna telling through him. Right? Look at the humility of Prabhupada. He was able to hear the voice of Krishna even from a materialistic person. Even a materialistic person who got nothing to do with devotion. He came there and he told, you are doing too much devotion, too much prayers. Spend some time walking. And from that day onwards, Prabhupada started morning walks. And what did he do while doing morning walks?
Morning walk lectures.
Preaching. Huh?
Morning walk lectures.
Morning walk lectures. Right? So they all started. So a devotee should see Krishna in everything. And he should prepare himself, lead a life in that way. Right? But one thing, you should get convinced that there is no happiness here. If you're convinced that there is no happiness here, then you'll become happy. Remember that. If you're not convinced that there is no happiness here, you'll be miserable. Why miserable? See, one fellow, he lost his keys. So he was searching. Another fellow, this old one. Right? So another fellow went and told, can I search? Can you help you search? Yes, can also help me search. Started searching everywhere. They didn't find any keys. They're like, sir, we have searched everything. There's no keys. No, I lost the keys here. Hey, sir, I'm also searching. We both searched. There is no keys. Then he asked, where did you lose the keys? He said, there I lost the keys. Huh? Pagal hai? Then why are you searching here? There is light here. You lost the keys there, but it is dark. No, I can't find my keys there. It's dark, I can't find my keys there. उसको पागल बोलेंगे क्या बोलेंगे बोलो? है कि नहीं? We are also mad. All these people living in all these flats are mad, just like that fellow. They are searching for the keys in darkness. The actual keys are somewhere else. They also know. But they're refusing to accept. They also know there is no happiness in the material world. Hare, so many hospitals are coming around you. Can't you see? Hospital में क्या होता है? Dance होता है क्या? क्या होता है? Huh? The other day I went for my toenail surgery last Saturday, right? So he said, sir, now it's going to pain. I said, okay. So your toenail is like that. So he gives injection from this direction, that direction, this direction, like this, to numb it up. It has to be totally become numb, anesthesia. Then they will remove the nail, right? That's the operation. When he was putting that one, right, I was like, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Pain, like immense pain, because he'll directly touch the bone.
through that. You should know, world is. I was only thinking, Krishna, world is like this. This body is filled with pain. This body is. I want a body which doesn't have pain. Don't you want a body which doesn't have pain? How many here want a body doesn't have pain? Tell me. How many want a body that doesn't age? How many want a body which is filled with happiness, no disease, no age? Again, that is spiritual body. You already have it. That is your problem. You already have that body. What is it? Nainam chandanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayanti apo, na shoshayati marutaha. It cannot be withered by wind. It cannot be burned by fire. It cannot be drowned in the water. It cannot be killed. It cannot be killed. You already are that. You already are that. Tum already wo ho. But what is the problem? I'm choosing to be in a body which has all these problems. You're accepting that you are this body. You're not this body. You are not this body. आप ये शरीर हो ही नहीं. Be convinced on that. Be convinced on that you are not this body. Then you will become happy. Right? When you know that you are not this body, somebody says you have cancer. My body has cancer. मैं क्या करूं? Sir, you will die. No, I will not die. My body will die. But sir, body gone means you gone, right? No. No. Body is gone. I am not gone. Doctor will think, pagal hai. But you will think, tu pagal hai. Yeah. That's the reality. Maya means that which is not. Maya means that which is not. Right? If you are in Maya means you are believing that which is not, like a mirage. Right? Materialistic people think that they are this body. So for them, कैसे convince करोगे? कैसे convince करोगे materialistic person? You can't. Call him to satsang. नहीं आएगा वो, मरेगा लेकिन नहीं आएगा वो. सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ, मरेगा लेकिन नहीं आएगा. मरते रहेगा. कुत्ते की तरह, सुअर की तरह, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर की तरह, रियल एस्टेट एम्पायर की तरह, एमएलए की तरह, एमपी की तरह, मरते रहेगा वो. Right? Just imagine, last life you are prime minister, next life you are Chipkali. Right? उसको अकल नहीं है, उसको नहीं आएगा. He cannot until he gets smashed so much. Durga will take that whip. Cancer, diabetes, arthritis. मार. बस. Now you tell me. जाना है तेरे को यहाँ पे रहना है. You want to stay here or you want to go now? No, I'm still not convinced. Okay, next life. This life Chopra, next life Kurana, next life Rao, Reddy, Tumma, Kamma, whatever nonsense. Right? Then finally one life you'll wake up and tell, Sunday morning kab hai class? Let me understand who am I? Let me understand who am I? You're all, हो गया तुम लोगों का बहुत बैंड बजा. पिछले जिंदगी में, इस जिंदगी में बहुत बैंड बजने की वजह आप लोग यहाँ पे आ रहे हो, नहीं तो नहीं आओगे. ऐसे कैसे आओगे? मेरा तो बहुत ही बैंड बजा. इतना बैंड बजा कि I'm sitting and talking about it. Right? It is needed. You want to become humble? How many here want to become humble? Yeah. So Monday morning somebody will come and humiliate you. Pray, Krishna, please send somebody who will humiliate me. Then you only will become humble, right? How will you become humble without getting humiliated? Test क्या है बताओ, है कि नहीं? हाँ. So you will go through that. We will go through that. No problem. Krishna, I am ready. I am ready to face the test. I want to come back to you. Right? So when we make that decision, that is what Krishna is saying, make that decision. And that should not be a situational decision. Shri Prabhu, थोड़ा इधर आएंगे क्या? माता जी की. अच्छा किया. Yeah. The decision will not it should not come situationally, because situational decision will change. We are trying to make a decision for eternity. Done. I'm done. I'm done being a wife. I'm done being a husband. I'm done being a son. I'm done being an employee. I'm done being a human. I'm done being an animal. I'm done being a devata. I'm done being a devata also. I'm done. I cannot find happiness, Krishna, without you. Please take me to the place where you are happy, so I can be happy serving you. You understand? Yeah. So that, and when one goes after that, all that, na, wo wapas nahi aayega. That is what we were discussing. When you go through all this, then you will not come back. But you can come back. But you can, because Krishna never leaves that, removes that free will. He leaves that free will there. Ichha. Right? So you can go. Wherever you want, you can go. You have to, but logically you will not come back. That's why he says you cannot. The one who comes to my abode never returns. He says that. Yeah. But at the same time, he also says you have a free will to do what you want to do. Right? But why would one go to spiritual world and return? Go there and ask. Go there and ask. Right? Why would one? Yeah, because you are independent, and we are Anu. He is Vibhu. We are small. He is unlimited. With our small independence that we have, we can make wrong choices. It is possible. That is the reason they say, be in good sang, be in good association, be in good association. I'm telling you, this is the lifeline of our spiritual life. If you're not in good association, Prabhu's, ud jayega aise. Like a bird, your spiritual life will run away. Right? Don't ever think that you are strong. None of us are strong. Prabhupada told many times, you are a fool if you are thinking you can live without association. Prabhupada is telling that. Right? Never stay outside association, because outside association will make you convinced that there is happiness in this world. There is no happiness in this world. There is zero happiness in this world. I don't know how many of you are convinced, but I am more or less convinced, but keep struggling sometimes. Whenever I look at that Baskin Robbins, again I feel maybe there is some happiness inside. Whenever you get to eat some rasgulla, suddenly happiness comes back. Yeah, but a sadhu is convinced that there is no happiness. Then you will make the choice. What Krishna is telling here, then you will make the choice. Done. I'm coming back. Okay. See, this is a beautiful shloka. Next one. Brahma bhona loka punar avartino arjuna mam upetya tu kaunteya punar janmana vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are place of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. This statement in Bhagavad Gita, it is true. Right? But why is Krishna telling Brahma Bhuna Loko Punaravartino Arjuna? Because people want to go to other planets also. There are 14 levels of planetary systems. The highest one is Siddhaloka or Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, it is called, right? People want to go there also. See, you have 10 kinds of air in your body. If you read that, it's a different science. I'm not an expert in that. But there are 10 air in your body. Prominent are 5. Remaining 5 are little calm. These 5 airs are going in different directions. Like this, one is going up, one is going right, one is going left, one is going down. So balancing all these airs put the pressure and they keep the soul in your heart. So you are situated in your heart, near your heart, in this region. You're situated, right? The whole Ayurveda is about controlling these 5 airs, right? When these 5 airs go in wrong direction or there's imbalance in these 5 airs, you get diseases. What a yogi does, he first of all controls all these 5 airs. See, there are how many gates? 9 gates. So he shuts off all the gates. First gate he shuts off his anus, below. Genitals, he completely shuts it off. And then he controls the airs one by one. And through his meditation and strong, determination, he brings all the airs to a point where the pressure is put on the soul to go from the heart all the way to eyebrows, in between the eyebrows. Your soul, you will travel to this part of the body, right? And then from here, he'll focus on the Siddha Lokas, wherever he wants to go, and he will open the Brahmarandra. There is a Brahmarandra here. So when our children are born, there is a soft portion here, right? Exactly, there is a hole. Don't think the hole is gone. The hole is still there. That is the easiest part of your skull that can be broken. By you also, you can also break it from inside. We cannot. Software engineers cannot. Forget about it. I'm talking about yogis, right? So they can actually break that shell. And when they break that shell, they command their soul to go where they want to go. They can command. So go. I want to go to Siddha Loka. I want to go to Brahma. You can actually go. Technology is already there. Hardware, software, everything is there. Right? They can also command. They call Yoga Mishrama Bhaktas. So they're Bhaktas also, but they're also attracted towards yoga. So they try to use this technology to go to Vaikuntha also. They can also tell you, I want to come to you. Krishna, I want to come to Vaikuntha. Through this, they can actually command. Right? But more easier than all this path is Bhakti Yoga, where you don't have to manipulate your air and try to push it to a point and then bring it here and do it. Just say Hare Krishna, done. Krishna, I am yours. Main tera hoon. Right? If you are thoroughly practicing Bhakti Yoga, you don't need to do all that. It's not my statement. It's there in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, previously we read, right? One who is attracted to me will come to me without any problem. How many of you can cross an ocean by swimming? Huh? Forget about ocean. This talab, little one, from this side to that side, will die in between. Right? Swimming pool also, that's the reason they're shortening the size going forward. So they understood in Kali Yuga, people can't swim for more than 20 feet, 30 feet distance. Right? But how many can cross the ocean? Ocean. Right? Very difficult, right? Crossing an ocean is very difficult. But Krishna says, the one who takes shelter of me, the whole oceans of this material world will become like a hoof print of a calf. When a calf, cow's child, when the calf walks, it creates a small hole in the ground. And when the water falls into that, it's a little, this small hole. For you, all these oceans will become this much. So just take shelter of me. Take shelter of me. And I will make sure that your journey will become very easy. Very easily you can come back to me. Are you all following? अकलमंदी इसी में है कि approach the person who can make your journey simple rather than you trying to go through the journey. Just think about it. जब बैठ के पूरा एयर को यहाँ तक लेकर आके फिर फाइनली यहाँ तक लेकर फिर वो फूटेगा नहीं. It's not breaking. What do you do? Huh? Or before it busted, you died. Right? Then you have to go to some other planet. Again practice, the whole thing. Why all that? Depend on Krishna. Depend on Krishna. Krishna, I am yours. Nahi hoga mere se sab kuch. You know my situation. I'm a mother. I have small children. I can't do all that meditation, Krishna. Right? You're focusing on air, both the children come and sit on both your hands. What can you do? Kidhar ka meditation karoge? Hai ki nahi? Yeah, no children are grown up now. Just imagine, children have grown up now. Everybody settled in America or some ICA, somewhere they are settled, right? And you are sitting now. Now you have brought your air till here, finally till here, and the bill rings. You open Amazon follows it. Madam, scan or? Huh? Well, I didn't order. Oh, this is not. Oh, it's a 401. I thought 501. Arey pagal, mera pura meditation. है कि नहीं होगा. Forget about it. It is not going to happen in this life. Right? So better become a bhakti yogi. Right? which is what Krishna will explain. Let's go forward. So he's saying, don't go to Devata planets also, because Brahma Bhavana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. From the Brahma Loka till the Patala Loka, everybody has to die. Everybody has to keep coming back. Punaravartino. You have to keep coming and going, keep coming and going. So what are you trying to achieve? Why are you trying to go and ask for a different Loka? Because it's Dhoka. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyad Brahmano Vidhu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teyaho Ratra Vidhojana. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day. And such also is the duration of his night. Right? So here is saying Divya Yugas. What is a Yuga? Yuga means one cycle. Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga. Right? What is Divya Yuga? All these 4 yugas together. Right? 1,000 Divya Yugas is equal to 1 day of Brahma. And again 1,000 Divya Yugas is equal to 1 night of Brahma. You understanding? So there is a calculation. 432,000 years is Kali Yuga. Double that is called Dwapar Yuga, which is 864. Another 432 add to that. That is Treta Yuga, 12,96,000. And another 4,32,000 you add, it becomes Satya Yuga, which is 1.7 million or 17,28,000 years is Satya Yuga. Right? You total all of this, it is 43 lakhs. Yeah, 43 lakhs 20,000 years, something like that. Right? 4.3 million years is 1 day of Brahma. 1 day of Brahma. For us, that is the measurement. Right? Where are we right now? In Kali Yuga. How many years have passed? 5,000 change. Some 5,700, 5,070 or no, 5,100 plus something else. How much more is there of Kali Yuga? 4,27,000 or 26,000 change, something like that. Isn't it? Yeah. So this is Kali Yuga for us. Right? And double than that, double than that, double than that, all the way is Satya Yuga. This full calculation is there. So Brahma in his 1 day has 1,000 Divya Yugas, meaning 4.3 billion years. Inconceivable, right? 4. अगले हफ्ते मिलेंगे. क्या बात कर रहे हैं bro? 4.3 billion years. Yeah, that is the age of Brahma in 1 day. And his night is another 4.3 billion years. And when Brahma comes, he every day morning, entire house is completely messed up. He has to do pura dhulai karke, all that he has to do and recreate the world and send everybody inside. So the planet Earth also gets completely, revamped with all resources and grains once in 4.3 billion years. And surprisingly, when scientists have done research on this, the age of this planet, they have reached to 4.5 billion years. Not too far, 0.2 billion years. Right? But Vedas have already told it's 4.3 billion years. So after 4.3 billion years, night of Brahma starts. So the planet Earth goes into Garbhadaka ocean and all the souls go back into Narayana's body. And then as soon as the day starts, again, Brahma sends them from there again to the planet, gives different bodies. If you read Bhagavatam, you should have Bhagavatam to read this. The whole cycle of creation is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens, right? Scientifically it is explained, how the senses are created, how the Panchabhutas are created, again and again, again and again, right? From where Brahma gets this knowledge, how does he start the creation, what is the first thing he does, what is the last thing he does, all this detail is there, right? So in 1 day of Brahma, there are 1,000 yuga cycles. Krishna appears in 1 yuga cycle in 1 day of Brahma. Right? So among 1,000 Yuva cycles, Krishna doesn't come in every Dwapar Yuga. He comes once in a day of Brahma. Once in a day of Brahma. So that means Krishna, when did he appear here? 5,000 years ago. How fortunate are we right now that he was just 5,000 years ago. Actually, the Supreme Personality of Godhead came on this planet. When does he appear? Once in day of Brahma. Day and night together is what? 8.6 billion years. 8.6 billion years में 5,000 साल क्या है? Nothing. And that is the reason we are able to utter the word Krishna right now. As the times go forward, there is no Krishna also. You'll not even know the name Krishna. Forget about it. Nobody will come and tell Hare Krishna. Right? It will become more and more. Kali Yuga itself, in just a matter of time, it will happen. Right? So, during this one day of Brahma, Devatas have a job rotation 14 times. 14 times their entire job rotation happens. New Devatas come. Who is in charge of all Devatas? Indra is there, yeah. But Manu is the main one. So Swayambhuva Manu is there right now. So there is a Manu who comes and takes over the charge every 72 Divya Yugas. 72 Divya Yugas. He changes. And as soon as Manu comes, he changes all the posts also. Okay, Suryadev, you are Vivaswan. Thank you, Vivaswanji. Now, next person. Ganeshji, next. Right? Every other Devata. The person behind the Devata, the position is changing. So he'll change all that. Or he might even continue with the same. You know? So there is a whole job rotation thing happening. Every 72 Divya Yoga cycles. Just understand this. Don't try to don't try to put your brain into it too much. Because we can't understand this beyond a point. This is the way the universe is functioning. This is the way universe is functioning. So then, yeah. Avyaktad Vyaktaya Sarva Prabhavanti Aharagame Ratri Agame Pralayante Tatrair Vakyata Samyake. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state. And thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again. Krishna is explaining. In brief, this is not a class of astronomy or anything, cosmology or anything. You want to understand Vedic cosmology, there is a different book, there is a different Upanishad, there is a different Purana, which can take you into the depth of how the creation happens, how the planets function. How many of you are convinced, or at least you have faith, that there is this stones and some things that when they are kept, certain things in your life change? Have you heard of that? Yeah? When you're going through certain phase, you wear something and the effect of something changes. It's scientifically proven. There is a whole science in that, right? That you should not wear some things at a certain time, because the influence is more, your organs get affected and all that. So obviously, if you're convinced on that, just extrapolate that. That means Devatas are there. Again, if this is happening, all this influence is changing by you putting some things, that means somebody is there. If those Devatas are there, that means Brahma is there. Manu is there. If Brahma is there, then Krishna is there. Right? You have to build your faith from small things, all the way push it up to a point where you can actually get convinced that ye sab hai. We're not talking about illusion. It actually exists. All these things are there. Right? The problem is, we know a little bit, we get convinced on that, but we forget to get convinced on the main thing. The source is there. You all are understanding what I'm saying? If you're convinced on, people say, I'm convinced on what is that? Astrology. I'm convinced on astrology, but I don't believe in God. And nonsense. How can you say you're convinced on astrology and not believing in God? I'm convinced on Vastu Shastra, but I'm not convinced in God. How can you say that? Vastu means again devatas. They're all having influence. Mukkodi devatas. 3.3 crore devatas are there. Right? They are taking care of all these things. If you are convinced on that, then you should be convinced on the source from where they are coming. Ultimately, you'll get convinced on Krishna also, but people don't do that. They are very choosy about, they actually don't want to surrender to Krishna. That is the main point. I don't want to surrender, because that is the reason we came here, right? We don't want to be surrendered to anyone. But unfortunately, we only need to surrender to Krishna. But unfortunately, now we are surrendered to so many other people. How many of you are surrendered to your bosses? Boss appears in different ways. Husband, wife. This, that, children. Some people are surrendered to children also. है कि नहीं? ज़्यादा बात करेंगे तो बाहर निकाल देगा. We are convinced in different places. You only have to get surrendered to one person. That one person you surrender, your life is done. Sorry? But we are trying to avoid surrendering to that one person. As a result of that, we are surrendering to so many persons. है कि नहीं? So intelligence is that. भूतग्रामस एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्रि आगमे वश पार्थ प्रभवति अहरागमे. Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. Meaning it's not our choice. It's not our choice. When Brahma's night comes, you can't tell, just know what a flat, what are you talking about? No. When Brahma's night comes, you are done. You have to go. Pralaya will come. Right? And you have to go. So, none of us have come here with a choice. How many have come here for a vacation? Lift your hand. You have come here to material world for a vacation? No. You have come here to material world not for a vacation, for correction. Right? Correction house को क्या बोलते हैं? Jail बोलते हैं ना? We have been thrown into the jail. ये मत सोचो. Prabhuji, next weekend I'm going on vacation, Prabhuji. पागल. Vacation नहीं कर रहा है तू. Jail में vacation में जा रहा है. From one cell to another cell. And you're feeling that that's a vacation. No. You have not come here for a vacation. Vacation means you make a choice, right? What do you do if you have to go on a vacation? TripAdvisor.com. Then you'll go and put that thing. You see the ratings, who suffered, who enjoyed. Right? You'll see all that, all the experiences. Then you'll say, okay, this is less suffering. I'll go there. Right? So you are making a choice where you want to go. That is a vacation. Is that right? Did you all make a choice of coming here? No. You were thrown inside. How? मर अब जाके सड़ वहां पे फेंक दिया यहाँ पे. Then you are getting up, like a small baby. You open your eyes, and people are saying, Imagine, have you ever thought how this baby is scared by your डरा देते हैं बच्चे को. Then he grows up. Then he, then he has to go through so many things. We have not come here on a vacation. I'm sorry, Prabhuji and Mataji. We are thrown here. I forgot we are thrown here. We forgot that we are thrown here. Now we are thinking I'll try to enjoy in this world. I'm sorry, darlings, you cannot enjoy here. Yeah. Only when Krishna darling will go to that darling's world, there is enjoyment. Here there is no enjoyment. Right? You should know that. परस्तस्मात्तु भावोऽन्यो अव्यक्तो अव्यक्ततात् सनातन Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nasyatchu na vinashyati. Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Right? When this whole world is annihilated, Brahma is dying, Brahma is taking birth, Brahma is dying, Brahma is taking birth, there is one part of the universe which is not touched by it. And that part of the universe is called spiritual world. Spiritual world doesn't have any annihilation, any manifestation, unmanifestation, kuch nahi hota. Right? It's always eternally there. Understood? Yes, brother.
When annihilation हो जाता है, when there is annihilation there, तो उसमें soul किस form में रहती है?
Soul always is there in Swarupa, in the same form.
World में तो पूरा अब now उनको ये भी नहीं कि they went to the spiritual world, so they are annihilated. They are helplessly annihilated.
They go from manifest. So right now we're in manifested form. Unmanifested means you're not taken a material form. You're in a spiritual form. So in the spiritual form, you go back into Narayan, into the body of Mahavishnu.
So how is that different from the जो हमारे मोक्ष के वो फिर वो तो वो वाला हो गया spiritual world हो गया आप जो कह रहे हैं?
No, it's not spiritual world. Mahavishnu is not part of the material world, but he's out of the spiritual world. He's carrying all of us. Narayan is there in the spiritual world. Narayan expands into Mahavishnu and he enters into this material world and is carrying all the living entities in the causal ocean. He's not part of the material world still. But we all go back and settle in him because we all need correction. So again, when the world is created, Narayan glimpses on that world and sends all these living entities into that world. And Brahma gives the bodies.
तो इसमें तो आप merging की बात कर रहे हैं कि
मर्ज नहीं हुए, अंदर है बस, जेब के अंदर है. आप पेपर को अंदर जेब में लगाओगे, अंदर थोड़ी चला जाएगा, जेब में रहेगा.
This moksha and spiritual world are different or are they same?
मोक्ष का मतलब you want to get rid of suffering. मुझे मोक्ष प्रदान करो. मतलब I want to come out of this suffering. But coming out of suffering necessarily doesn't mean going to spiritual world.
They are different.
They're different. We are not looking for moksha. Intelligent person doesn't look for moksha also. He looks for prema.
But it is said that if you go to a bhakti path, then we attain moksha.
Moksha is a byproduct. It will come. But that's not our main focus. Our main focus is love of God. That we go back to Krishna and serve him and are in loving service with him. Because the living entity is not happy just with moksha. Moksha means you're out of the problems, Prabhuji. Moksha means this material world problems are not touching you anymore. Bodily, financially, emotionally, nothing. All these things are done. But problem is still that there is emptiness. What is the emptiness? There is no love. There is no loving relationship. So Krishna says the intelligent soul finally attains me in love. Yogis go to moksha. They ask for moksha. Right? A devotee automatically gets moksha because when he goes to Krishna, automatically gets moksha also and prema also. That's the reason Bhakti Yoga is the topmost, where you actually get love. You get a house and in that loving relationships. So you are completely satisfied and settled down there. Moksha means sometimes you can even get bored and you can come back again. मोक्ष मिल गया, लेकिन करना क्या है अभी? What do you want to do now? We need activity. We need positive activity. We need engagement. We need loving relationship. आप ही सोचो ना, हम लोग यहाँ फ्लैट्स में रहते हैं, अकेले रह सकते हैं ऐसे ही किसी बात के बिना? Even though it has all the facilities. Just giving an allegoric example. The flat has all the facilities. करंट का बिल भी पे नहीं करना. सोचो एक मिनट. सब कुछ, everything is done. आपको सिर्फ घर में रहना है. रह सकते हैं? किसी से मिले बिना.
But is not path the same for moksha as well as for spiritual world? The path is bhakti only, no?
Path is bhakti. No. For moksha, bhakti is not needed. For moksha, bhakti is not needed. You will get moksha. You'll be away from all these things. You will enter Brahman. You will float in the Brahman sky. Brahman is the effulgence of God. जो भगवान है उनका जो effulgence है, उनका जो प्रकाश है, that is Brahman sky. You will enter Brahman. You will be in the Brahman. But you will be bored after some time. There is a shloka for this in Bhagavatam. That you actually become bored. ये क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं यहाँ पे? ठीक है, I don't have any suffering, but where am I? करना क्या है? Next क्या है? Next day morning क्या करना है? Next day evening क्या? कोई morning नहीं, कोई evening नहीं, कोई प्यार नहीं, कोई मोहब्बत नहीं, कोई दोस्त नहीं, कोई कुछ भी नहीं. आप you are just situated. And that's good. That's moksha. You've been tortured so much. Now you are happy. But after some time you're like, no. What about my prema? Because soul's natural Sanatan Dharma is to serve. We discussed about it. Soul's Sanatan Dharma is to serve. सेवा करना. किसकी सेवा कर रहा हूं मैं? मोक्ष हो गया, ठीक है. सेवा किसकी कर रहा हूं मैं? There is no seva. You'll again fall back. You'll say, nah, let me try again. There is a possibility you'll come back. समझ रहे हैं? You need प्यार, प्रेम. एक बार वो मिल गया ना भगवान के प्रति, हो गया. Then you will not come back. Then you are always with God. This is a big misconception actually, because we are not spiritually educated. Lot of us, ये ब्राह्मण लोग आके बोल देते हैं मोक्ष प्रदान, मोक्ष प्रदान. मोक्ष नहीं बोलना है. I'm not telling we don't want moksha. But मोक्ष या प्रेम, प्यार भी चाहिए. प्रेम, कृष्ण प्रेम भी चाहिए. भगवान के प्रति प्यार भी चाहिए. You want love of God. Then that moksha is permanent. Otherwise the moksha also will become temporary. Do you all understand? You will go back to Narayan. But you are not in love with Narayan. You are just going to Narayan. You are just entering his body again. And Narayan is like, okay, next day, Brahma's day will start, I'll again send you. Because correction हुआ नहीं अभी. But when the day you will get corrected, then you will enter Vaikuntha. Where you are not inside Narayan, you are with Narayan. And he gives you his sarupya. There are 5 kinds of moksha or liberations. Where sarupya, he'll give you his own form. Salokya, you can live in the same place where he lives. Sahitya, you can go along with him wherever he goes. Right? Sayujya we don't recommend, which is we say I want to merge in you, which is Brahman, which again you will fall down. Right? 5th one I forgot. There are 5 liberations.
So moksha comes on the way to spiritual world.
It will byproduct, it will automatically come. Moksha ka matlab, it's not a place Prabhuji. Moksha matlab, you are completely untouched by any of the miseries. There is no suffering. Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika. Suffering by other people, suffering of your own body, suffering of material nature. Nothing is there. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. No birth, no death, no old age. Nothing is there. Ho gaya, khatam. I'm done. That is moksha. But necessarily it is not prem. You are still away from God. Right? A little advanced concept. When we read Bhagavatam, we'll understand. Bhagavad Puran पूरा सेट खरीदना है, उसके अंदर पढ़ोगे आपको ये चर्चाएं होंगी between the 4 Kumaras of Brahma. They are discussing about this concept of moksha and beyond moksha. Right? ये पूरा वो discussions में आता है. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, come back to me. खत्म. मोक्ष के बारे में, मोक्ष is a byproduct. Moksha is a byproduct. For a devotee, he doesn't ask for moksha. He says, I want you, Krishna. I want to serve you. Moksha to ultimately, moksha is like, an Amazon fellow standing outside your house. I have brought moksha for you. नहीं चाहिए, जा. नहीं चाहिए मेरे मोक्ष. I want Amazon itself. Example I'm giving. When Amazon is your company, what is the point in inviting one fellow, bringing some goods of Amazon? है कि नहीं? Something like that. You are going to the source of moksha, the source of everything, and you have fallen in love with him, and he is in love with you. Over, finish. My going back to Krishna is over. Like that. Yeah. Which one we read? 20 we read. Okay. Avyakto akshara iti uktas tam ahu paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. Now he's telling what is the spiritual world, how the spiritual world looks like. Right? Please, everybody. Now this is a description of spiritual world. Repeat after me. That which the Vedantis describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, the place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode. He's clearly explaining that is the place with Vedantis talk in Vedas, that once you go there, you never return. Brahman, you will go and return. Actually, people who want to merge in God, who have a desire of merging in God, go to Brahman. Merging in God means what? I want to become God. Again, nobody can become God. You want to feel like God? Okay, go to Brahman. After Brahman, you'll again come back. Mostly demoniac people desire for merging in God. राक्षस लोग पूजा करते हैं, मेरे को मर्ज होना तुम, लेकिन मर्ज होते नहीं कभी. There is nothing like merging, but they want to be in that state. Nothing can touch me. I am completely like God, like that they want. Okay, go into Brahman. But Krishna gives facility for everybody. You want that? Okay, go here, Brahman. After staying in Brahman for some time, they'll be like, nahi, galti kar rahi hai, I'll go back. Again, you come back to here. Again, you start the process. And finally, when you do bhakti yoga, you'll go back to Krishna. Okay? Purusha sa parapartha bhaktya labhyastu anyaya yashyanta sthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading and everything is situated within him. So where are we? Are we in the spiritual world or material world? Actually, we are in spiritual world only. But in spiritual world, some portion of the spiritual world is a jail, correction house. We are in that correction house in the spiritual world. The day we change consciousness, we can start seeing Krishna here. Traveling is not like traveling to spiritual world, whether you're going somewhere. You are very much in the spiritual world, but right now you are materially conditioned. When our illusion is removed, then we can see God. Then everything is spiritual. Actually, everything is spiritual. But Krishna, in that everything spiritual, he creates Bahirangika Shakti, Antarangika Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. He divides it. And says external energy. This is material world, nature, Prakriti, is external energy. You want to enjoy with that, go. Antarangika Shakti, my spiritual world, my spiritual energy. You want to be with me, be with me. You are Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy. You can be there, you can be here. You can be on the carpet, you can be under the carpet. Right? You can't be in both the places. You can't be in both the places. You can't keep one leg here, one leg there. Right now, maybe we are in that situation. One leg here, one leg there. Na idhar ke, na ghar ke, na ghat ke. Prabhu, I want to go back to Krishna, but Prabhuji, I am also attracted here. Prabhuji, I want Krishna, but I also want Dharmendra. I want this also, I want that also. मेरे को ये भी चाहिए, वो भी चाहिए. That is the problem. Right? But slowly we will take a decision of removing our leg from the material world, keep it into the spiritual world. Then we are done. Then we never return. That's what Krishna is telling. We will never return. One never returns. That is my supreme abode. वहाँ जाने के बाद कोई वापस नहीं आता. Yeah. So, but he's saying, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable through unalloyed devotion. Simple. What you cannot achieve through your power can be achieved through love. Right? If you have love, why do you need power? This is a statement of Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin told this. If you have love, why do you need power? Right? Isn't it true? अगर प्यार है तो शक्ति की क्या जरूरत है? You can convince people with love. Why do you need power? Right? So if you are in love with God, over, you have achieved the highest. Khatam. He will take care of everything. Will your parents take care of everything? Huh? If they are here, won't they take care of everything? You are not tensed, right? How will they take care of me? Will they not? Parents will make sure that you are taken care. Whatever happens. Right? Same way, when you are in love with God, God will take care. You don't have to worry about anything. Right? There are different kinds of liberation or surrender or path to surrender. Two different. One called Markata Vairagya, other is called, I forgot the other one. Monkey. Like you can go to God like a monkey. Which one is more? Right? Have you seen a monkey, a small monkey holding its mother? देखा? कैसे? Hold tightly. It will hold its mother tightly. It will keep its face like this tightly, or it will be sucking milk. Tightly it will hold. But what is the mother doing? Jumping here, jumping there, jumping here, jumping there. If that fellow leaves it, he's gone. Have you seen a cat, the way it holds its kitten? What is the kitten doing? How is the cat? Cat is holding a kitten. पकड़ के, है कि नहीं? बिल्ली अपने बच्चे को कैसे पकड़ते हैं? पकड़ के. बच्चा कैसा है? एकदम free. You catch. It's your problem. I want to play. So you decide you want to be a kitten or you want to be a monkey. Kitten बनना, monkey बनना. योगी लोग क्या है? Monkey है. पूरा तपस्या करके शूट करके इधर से करके वो फटके ना फटके पूरा करते रहते हो क्या? They want to be liberated. They want to be with God with their own power, with their own controller mentality. But devotee is what? Kitten. Krishna, I am yours. मेरे को अक्ल है नहीं है कुछ भी है तुम देख लो. I am yours. मैं तेरा सेवा करने के लिए निकल गया हूँ. I have come here to serve you now. टेंशन किसको लेना है अभी? कृष्णा को लेना है कि नहीं? कृष्णा मंडे मॉर्निंग आई एम रीडिंग भगवद गीता. तुम देख लो मेरी नौकरी को. अरे बॉस यू हैव टू गो एंड आई एम रीडिंग यू फिक्स इट. Then Krishna has to immediately encourage your neighbor or your colleague to do your job. This fellow is reading Bhagavad Gita. तुम काम करो. His Paramatma will tell, he's a nice person, I'll do his job. Krishna can take care of everything, provided we are surrendered like that. Don't experiment it, na? Don't experiment it. आपका काम आगे भी करना है. लेकिन जिस दिन completely surrender हो गए ना कृष्णा को, the day you completely surrender to him, like Draupadi, she lifted her hands. She said, Gopal, hey Govind, you take care of it now. मेरा इज्जत गया है नहीं है कुछ भी नहीं मालूम. I don't want to know what happens to me. I am yours. Then he takes charge. And when he takes charge, ना बड़े-बड़े लोगों को नचा देता है कृष्णा. Right? When Krishna takes charge, when you are completely given your charge to him, like Tukaram Maharaj, right? एकदम charge दे दिया, खत्म. तुम देख लो मेरी family को. I'll sit and write poems for you. Right? I will go and do whatever business I can do. I don't know business. I don't know anything. His wife is to shout, if I give you 10 things to go and sell, you will give away 10 things, make a loan and come back. Right? You go and write poems. That is better than this. I'll take care of the house. Right? So sadhus are like that. Some, but not all sadhus are like that. There is one Swami in our ISKCON society. His name is Bhakti Rasamrit Swami. Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj. Right? Earlier, before Swami, I mean, his brahmachari name was Devamrit Prabhu. So he was a manager, senior manager in HSBC Bank in 1990 or maybe 88 or 89, I don't know. Senior manager in HSBC Bank, very high position, absolutely, a commanding position, right? And then he decided to become a sadhu in that position, right? And became brahmachari. And then he came to the temple and he was not feeling the dependence on Krishna. Then he withdrew all his mutual funds and all his investments, everything. He brought everything and put it in the hundi. Pura ke dal diya hundi ke andar. Khatam. Now I am surrendered to Krishna. Then he felt, Krishna has taken charge of me. Krishna has taken charge of me. There is another Prabhu, Radha Gopinath Prabhu. He is the one who designed the SSR course that we do. He designed it. Wonderful. He also lives in Bombay. So he joined the Brahmachari Ashram. Brahmachari Ashram means completely dependent on temple. If they give you food, you eat. No food, no eating. If you give you money, you can travel. Otherwise, better ho wahan pe. Jab karte raho. If your clothes are torn, if they give you clothes, you have clothes. That you completely surrendered. So he joined Brahmachari Ashram, but he kept 70 rupees with him. 70 rupees. Why? If they don't buy me toothpaste, I can buy toothpaste. That was his thinking. Huh? But that 70 rupees was not allowing him to surrender. He took that 70 rupees, put it in the hundi. Ab Krishna, I am yours. So toothpaste aayega, nahi aayega, tumhari marzi. Right? Then they become empowered. Prabhu, I am telling you one thing. The day you lead a life depending on Krishna, you will enjoy your life. Actual enjoyment is there. Right? I got a little glimpse of it when I, in between, resigned and took in between retirement for 5 years. I didn't work. Both of your software. I don't want to go. Right? That time I depended on Krishna and things happened around my life. I cannot believe that great time that I had. Everybody else are tensed about me, but I am like, Hari bol, dekhenge kya hota hai. Right? But again, I was not pure enough, so Krishna has to again put me into work, and that's okay. But that feeling of being completely dependent on Krishna makes you independent. You want to be independent? Become dependent on Krishna. You want to be dependent? Become independent of Krishna. Then you will be completely smashed. Right? These only people who have gone through it will experience. Sometimes you'll experience it, little glimpse he gives. But the people who experience that is the greatest place to be. Completely dependent on Krishna. Right? Hare Krishna. Yeah. Where are we? 22 ho gaya na? 23. Yatra kale tvi anavrittim avrittim chaiva yogina prayatayanti tam kalam vakshyami the different times at which passing away from this world the yogi does or does not come back. Right? Now this is about yogis, but not ordinary yogis. Let's not compare ourselves to yogis, right? So let's go forward. Agnir Jyotir Aha Shukla Sanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahmivido Jana. Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery God in the light at an auspicious moment of the day during the fortnight of the waxing moon or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north. Why did Bhishma choose Uttarayana? This is why he chose Uttarayana. So auspicious time to go back to God. I don't want to return again. Right? So when the sun is traveling towards the north, then if some people leave the body, when the fiery god's influence is more, sun's influence is more, they don't return. But प्रभु जी ये सारे लोग जो अभी जनवरी से मरे पूरा रिटर्न नहीं, वो सारे रिटर्न होंगे, डोंट वरी. यहाँ भक्तों की बात चल रही है, योगीज की बात चल रही है, not ordinary yogis, not bhaktas by the way, yogis. Krishna is very clear. I'm talking about yogis here. ठीक है? All this timing and all, but it's auspicious time. It's auspicious. People who die during the day, they go to higher planets. People who die during the night, when it's dark, they go to lower planets. These things are there. For materialistic people, I'm not talking about bhaktas. You don't worry. Whenever you die, you will go to higher only. Right? But people on materialistic platform, right? देख लोग बोलते हैं ना रात में मर गया इतना अच्छा मौत था, नहीं नहीं उसका बैंड बज गया. He is going to lower planets. Right? It's not about when you die, you know, for a devotee. For non-devotees, there are a lot of calculations. Right? Dhumo ratris tatha Krishna Sanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandra Masam Jyotir Yogi Prapya Nivartate. The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. Right? Krishna is telling for yogis, जो भी योगा करने वाले हैं, कैलकुलेशन के ये आपके साथ होने वाला है. Even if you want to go, you cannot go. Calculations are there. शुक्ल कृष्णे गति हीते जगता शाश्वते मते एकया याति अनावृत्तिम अन्यया वर्तते पुनः. According to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world. One in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back. But when one passes in darkness, he returns. Now, light and darkness is also compared to ignorance and knowledge. People who have good knowledge, people who have good buddhi, right? They don't come back, right? Light also means about being aware, about being conscious, right? Krishna is talking many things at once here. Of course, even technically, light also means dying in a day as compared to a night, right? Naite stri parthajanan yogi muhyati kaschana tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. So don't worry about when you are going to die. Right? मैं रात में मरूंगा, दिन में मरूंगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, मरो. But after dying, you'll go back to Krishna. Don't worry about all these things. ठीक है? These are all materialistic people. जो अंगूठियां पहनते हैं ना, ये अंगूठी वो उनके लिए पूरा. जो कृष्णा पे डिपेंड नहीं कर रहे हैं, अंगूठियों पे डिपेंड कर रहे हैं. The people who are not dependent on Krishna, they are dependent on other things. For them, all these influences will come. But if you are completely devoted to Krishna, then you don't need to worry about all these things. Krishna himself is telling you. Vedeshu yajneshu tapashu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal abode. How beautifully Krishna is telling that, so there are different paths, karma kandi path and bhakti path. Karma kandi path, you have to do so many things. You have to give charity, to have better next life. If I donate clothes in this life, I'll have clothes in next life. If I donate medicines in this life, I'll not have diseases in next life. If I donate this, I don't. कितना calculation करना पड़ेगा नहीं? है कि नहीं? Instead, just become a devotee of Krishna. If you become a devotee of Krishna, he is taking care of everything. So here Krishna is telling, don't think devotees. He is telling this verse to us. Actually, this is a very, very important verse to us, devotees, practicing devotees. He is telling, you don't worry about charity, parity, and all these things. They are automatically taken care for you. You're automatically taken care. But I didn't learn all that Sanskrit verses. Krishna, I didn't learn that Upanishad. Krishna, who asked you to do all that? Just say Hare Krishna. Just say Hare Krishna. That's enough. You don't need to do. You don't need to become a jnani. You don't need to become a yogi. You don't need to become a siddhi. Just become a bhakta. You don't need to become a karmi. When karma yoga, everything I'll take care. A devotee doesn't need to take tension. If devotee is also taking tension, there's some big tension. Again, devotee's only tension is two things. Prabhupada told, repeat after me. Never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna. This is only two tension. Apne ko ye do tension lena hai. Never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. Again, never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. ये दो याद रखो और कुछ भी याद रखो नहीं रखो अलग बात है. If you are doing Bhakti Shastri, you should remember all the verses. That's a different thing. But you don't need to worry too much. Just remember these two things. Never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Get up in the morning. Krishna, I still remember you. Krishna, I don't want to forget you. While you are sleeping, Krishna, I still remember you. I don't want to forget you. Just keep repeating these things. Whatever is happening in your life, impurity, om apavitro pavitro va sarvavastham gatopi va yat smaret pundarikaksha sabhyabhyantaram suche. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Whether I'm pavitra or I'm apavitra, I'm pure or I'm impure. Yat smaret pundarikaksha. The moment I remember, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Sabhya abhyantaram suche. All bhayas are removed. All fear is removed. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Right? This is what Krishna is saying. Don't worry. Devotees, you don't have to go through all this. This is for all other kinds of people who have controller mentality. They want to achieve everything by themselves. Okay, ja, meditation kar. Right? Meditation is for people who want to be peaceful, no problem, but that will not take them to Krishna. Ultimately, Krishna has to take. Right? So, do meditation but depend on Krishna. Do meditation but do mantra meditation. What is the simply other meditation? Anyway, every night you are doing normal meditation, right? Sleeping, shavasana. Everybody is doing shavasana. Again. So, do chanting also. That is real meditation. Right? Smarana, Vishnu Smarana. Chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right? Nicely singing different tunes you can sing. Right? How many like Hare Krishna Kirtans here? मस्त रहता है ना. You should go to Vrindavan. You should hear in Vrindavan Hare Krishna Kirtan. वो अलग लेवल पे होता है. क्या Proj is going next week? Huh? Next level Kirtans. Right? People dance. People forget the world. They are so happy. Right? And you attain the Supreme. Just imagine. You are dancing and going back to Krishna. One fellow is sitting like, oh, कुत्ता बाजू मार, ये भी वही बोल रहा है, ये भी वही बोल रहा है कि नहीं? उससे अच्छा क्या है? हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. अच्छा है ना? अच्छा है नहीं? मस्त है. इसको बोलते मेडिटेशन है कि नहीं? When sometimes I dance on the street also, you do Harinam. Sometimes you go on the colony, you're dancing. People are saying, क्या देख रहा है इधर? मैंने हूँ मर सड़ वहीं पे है कि नहीं? People are so hesitant to dance, or even if they dance, they want the whole world to watch you. In front of Ganeshji they dance sometimes. Ganeshji, अरे बाप रे, what all break dance you are doing in front of me, right? They don't want to dance in front of Ganeshji. They are only dancing so the whole world will see them. Huh? All different kinds of steps, dhumkas they do in front of Ganeshji. Just imagine Ganeshji. Huh? What a torture it is on the day of Visarjan. Huh? How many break dances he has to watch? Huh? Not for him. For their own thing. They do it. Sankirtan we do for Krishna. When we chant in the temple or when we go on Sankirtan, lift our hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. See, in disco, I don't know how many of you have gone to disco. You know, when you go to these pubs and disco, you know what people do? They push everybody out and then that fellow will do the performance. Everybody has to watch him, right? He is the center of attraction. You want everybody to watch you, right? That is called pub culture. But in Sankirtan, it's reverse. You are holding each other's hands and you're doing in circle, and then you push somebody inside. You go inside. Right? You want everybody to watch him, Krishna to watch him. Not you. You're not the center. You push others into the center. That's called Sankirtan. And then one day Krishna himself will come in the center and he'll start dancing. Right? That's called Sankirtan. And gopis are dancing with Krishna. Krishna is dancing with everybody. And we always hold our hands and dance. Right? It's a good culture. Whenever there is satsang, you also should do that. Hold each other's hands and dance. You are telling Krishna that we all are together coming to you. We all are together coming to you. Alag se come and dance karo. Haath paad ke dance karo. When you are chanting also, you know, my Guru Maharaj, as well as Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, always whenever you chant, sit in a circle and chant. Don't sit in one corner. 5 people form a circle. When you're eating also, form circle and sit. Right? Be with devotees, among devotees. Be in that sangha. In every situation, be in the sangha. Reading also, be in a sangha. Eating also, be in a sangha. Dancing also, be in a sangha. Right? And that sangha will take you back to Ranga. Right? Ranganath, he'll take you back. Then that will take you back. If you're trying to be independent in satsang also, ऐसे देख रहे हो वहां बैठ के तो प्रॉब्लम है. Krishna will think, this fellow wants to come back to me or what is his problem? है कि नहीं? और जब भी हाथ उठाना पूरा उठाना ऐसे ऐसे. जिन लोगों के पिछले जन्म के पाप का बोझ रहता है ना वो हाथ नहीं उठा सकते लोग. People with too many sinful baggages in on their shoulders, past life, they can't. They only this Hare Krishna, Hare. ऐसे उठा. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. पूरा हाथ उठा के बोलो. I am ready for no reservation. I am coming back. Without reservation, I am coming back. No waiting list also. No RAC also. No confirmed ticket. I am coming back. I am lifting my hand. You pick me up now. Right? And Krishna will come and pick you up. Krishna will come and pick you up. Right? Provided you show that without any shame. You should learn this from gopis of Vrindavan. They were not shameful to go to Krishna. They risked everything. I'll end with this. They risked everything for Krishna. Their family, their image, right? And Krishna will test you. Krishna will test that love. When they all went to take bath, they left their clothes and they were taking bath. Krishna took away the clothes. And in those days, culture, if a male sees a female without clothes, it's equal to their husband. And nobody will marry them. Krishna knows that. And what did he do? He took all the clothes. And he was sitting on the branch and he was playing the flute. And the gopis told, Krishna, what is this? Because Krishna knew the innermost desire of those gopis. That the gopis are already, they're in love with me. And I love them. Right? He took away the clothes. And to make matters worse, he said, okay, you come and take your clothes. And they're like, gopis are like, what are you telling Krishna? How can we come out? We are not having clothes. Right? Some people discuss this Leela as such a lusty thing. But there's such a spiritual essence in this story, in this pastime. Where Krishna says, come out. If there is anything you're trying to hide from me, if there is anything that you're attached to, detach. When you're coming to me, what kind of thinking you are thinking? What are you thinking? And they come out. They cover their private parts and they stand. So Krishna will come. No, I'll give you clothes only if you lift your hands. Some people are, Krishna, kitna ganda aadmi hai. No, he's removing everything. There is nothing between you and me. You understand? Because Krishna doesn't keep anything between us and him. Krishna doesn't keep anything between us and him. No matter how bad we are, doesn't he come to us? Huh? So we are going to Krishna. You should not have anything. No apprehension. No apprehension. And gopis lifted their hands. Krishna, we are yours. Finish. And Krishna is the source of everything. You think he'll be enjoying looking at bodies? No. It's a connection of heart. It's a connection of source. Right? Can't be understood by everybody. Krishna is so happy that they have left even Sharam. They have left even Dharam. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Leave all the dharmas, you are mine. Right? That is what Draupadi lifted her hands. Said, you take care of me, Krishna. That fellow is removing the sari. You think in between she was lifting and saying, how much is removed? No, she lifted. Krishna, it's you. I'm yours. I'm yours. You take care. Right? So Krishna is like that. He demands complete surrender. The problem with Krishna is demands complete surrender. Not 50%, not 80%, not 90%, not 99%, 100%. 100. 100 से एक भी % छोटा, he'll not accept it. Right? And he married all the gopis. Krishna married all the gopis. Actually marriage doesn't apply to pure love. That spiritual love के वो formalities नहीं है. But Krishna fulfilled the desire of everybody. All the mothers in Krishna were thinking, Arey, Yashoda is so fortunate. She feeds her breast milk to Krishna. We are so unfortunate. Krishna took the form of all the gopas. For 1 full year, he drank the milk of all the gopis. Desire fulfilled. Right? See, some cows were thinking that those cows in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, only they are giving their milk to Krishna. What about our milk? Krishna became a gopa of every house, and he drank the milk of all the cows. He fulfilled all the desires. Right? So he also wants us to completely surrender to him. Completely surrender to him. Don't keep anything in between those. ये जो तिलक लगाते हैं ना, this tilak, ये कृष्ण है. I'm not hesitant to put this tilak in front of anybody. I belong to Krishna. मैं कृष्ण का आदमी हूं. कोई प्रॉब्लम है? I am Krishna's. Right? And when you do that, Krishna is very happy. You should show yourself externally also, internally also. Externally not showing मतलब कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. कुछ तो है प्रॉब्लम. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? निकालो प्रॉब्लम. धीरे धीरे निकालो. धीरे धीरे निकालो. If you are walking from here back to your house and somebody says, what kind of बाबूराम प्रभु, what क्या पहन के लड़का है, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, मैं शान से पहन के जाऊंगा ऐसे. Because this is what my guru told. This is what my Prabhupada told. This is what pleases Krishna. Anything that pleases Krishna. Huh? Hanumanji, he went to Mother Sita. She was putting sindoor. Yes, why are you putting sindoor? Sita was like, ये ब्रह्मचारी, इसको क्या समझाऊंगा? What will I explain you? What is sindoor? She simply told, I am putting it because it pleases Ram. Huh? You put sindoor, Ram will be pleased? Yes. Next thing, what did he do? He took kgs of sindoor, he put on himself. And he went and stood in the, in the assembly. Like this. Hey Ram, hey Ram. Hey, who is this? Hanumanji, what did you do? It pleases you, right? Sindoor. There is a lot of meaning in these pastimes. There is conveying, I am yours. मैं तुम्हारा हूं. बस, I'm yours. है कि नहीं? There should not be any hesitation, Prabhus. And in every step that we do, we should put that extra effort. I'm just an example. Don't take it as personal. I was having this, knee thing. I can't wear dhoti with this because sometimes when I pull my leg, it will get stuck. Cloth will get stuck to this, and when it moves, there is no nail actually. It's completely. It pains a lot. But today morning I was thinking, should I wear kurta pajama and go, or should I wear dhoti and go? No, I'll wear dhoti and go. Why? Why? It pleases Krishna. It pleases my Guru. My Guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased. I will do my best. It should be our, the inner engineering. Har cheez mein, will this activity please Krishna? If I do this, will it please Krishna? If I do this, will it please Krishna? Keep asking that question throughout the day. Everything, wherever you go. If I do this, will it please Krishna? If I do, no, it doesn't. No, then I'll not do. I'm sorry, I'll not do. I'm sorry, I'll not do. Because it doesn't please Krishna. And if you're forced to do it, then you regretfully convey your, submission to Krishna. Krishna, I'm being forced to do this, so I'm doing it. Like for example, I was asked to give a seminar in one college. There the management told, you can't put tilak. If you put tilak, then your entry in the college will be a problem. There are a lot of communists in this college, and you should not put tilak and give a lecture here. I removed the tilak. But did I like while removing the tilak? No. But I did it for whom? For Krishna. Understand? Do it for Krishna. And be Krishna's. Tell to the whole world, मैं कृष्ण का भक्त हूँ. मैं कृष्ण का भक्त हूँ. कोई problem नहीं. I am Krishna's devotee. And Krishna will reciprocate. Krishna will reciprocate. According to our service. Don't look for convenience. Look for surrender. In bhakti, don't look for convenience. Convenience बहुत कर लिया. Look for surrender. I want to surrender. Right? Satsang is not there here anymore. What will you do? यहाँ सत्संग बंद हो गया, क्या करोगे? मैं जाऊंगा सत्संग को, मैं मालूम करूंगा किधर चल रहा है सत्संग. I will find out the satsang and I'll go to that place because I want to come to you, Krishna. Right? That should be the determination, and that determination you'll attain Krishna. Right? The chapter's name is what? Attaining the Supreme. So you have to attain him through devotion. All other methods that he spoke about, yogi and ashtanga, all the tanga, everything will take you somewhere, but not to Krishna. Right? Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of attaining the Supreme. And then chapter 9 we'll do next week, the most confidential knowledge. Chapter 9 is like filled with jewels. I'll tell this one small story that really happened. There is one Swami called Indradunya Swami in ISKCON society. So he was a soldier in the past. He was, I think, German soldier, if I'm right. Maybe I'm not right. He was a soldier, and he fought in World War II and everything. And then he met Prabhupada, became a devotee, right? And then he was distributing books. And one day there was this big general of some army, some country's army, and he was brought to Prabhupada, right? No, he was not brought. He saw him on the road, and he gave him the book, and he looked at that book. He said, "What is this book? It's called Bhagavad Gita. You read it. It's nice, right?" He said, "I'll read this book." Then he told, "Do you want to also meet our Swami who wrote the book? Apparently he's in the country right now." He said, "Yes, I will meet him." So he took him, he took him to the ashram, and Prabhupada was visiting that country. I think it was Paris. I think it was France, if I'm right. Yeah. So Prabhupada was in the quarters, and this big lieutenant general, whatever he was taken to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada welcomed him. He said, "Sit down." He said, "Read Bhagavad Gita." Then he asked, "What should I read? Swamiji, what should I read in this?" He said, "What should I read in this?" For some reason, Prabhupada told, "Read 9th chapter every day." He told, "Read 9th chapter every day." And then he had to leave. That person had to leave. So immediately he left. "Okay, Swami, you're going." Then after 10 years, Prabhupada left the body. Right? Prabhupada left the body. And Indradunya Swami Maharaj was distributing books again. And there was a big march of soldiers happening in Paris. Big, like a procession. Republic Day kind of thing. Big was happening. And this person is actually a very senior general in the army. Very senior, not an ordinary. So he was also walking, and around him there were soldiers, and around him there were soldiers, and around him there were soldiers. There is no way you can approach him. And he was also walking in that procession, and huge crowd was watching, and there was whole barricades not allowing anybody to go close by. And Indradunya Maharaj was holding books and he was selling, and suddenly he saw this major person in between. And he wanted to, because he took him to Prabhupada a lot of years ago. So he was trying to shout and get his attention, but it was very difficult. Big procession was going in Paris. So somehow he shouted Hare Krishna loudly, or somehow he grabbed, and that major looked at him. And as soon as he looked at him, "Hey, I want to meet you. We'll meet, he told. Yes, we'll meet, we'll meet, he told. Then after the procession, or I don't know when, how, that person came out, the major general, he came out to meet this Indradunya Maharaj. And he asked, "How is that Swami? How is that Swamiji?" And with a lot of, pain, he told, he already went back to Krishna. He left. And that army major, he cried actually. Then he told, "You don't know what he has done to me. Last 10 years, there was never a day I did not read 9th chapter. I've read 9th chapter every single day. And I've understood that everything Krishna wanted to give is there in this 9th chapter." Right? So see how one instruction of a guru, one small instruction of a guru can change your life. A pure devotee comes in your life and tells, "Do this," you do that, and that's enough. Right? The major must have gone back to Krishna just by following one small instruction of Prabhupada. Read the 9th chapter. Right? Yeah, other chapter also is important. Whatever Prabhupada gives, right? Today we are so fortunate, Prabhupada and Matajis, we are all sitting here learning Bhagavad Gita. How many of your friends have learned Bhagavad Gita? Tell me. किसी ने इतना भी सीखा है? कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग, ध्यान योग, Ashtanga योग, and finally going back to attaining the Supreme. And next week we are going to read 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the most confidential knowledge, right? And then after that, going forward, finishing. कितने लोग करते हैं? बहुत कम लोग करते हैं. Opportunity बहुतों को मिलता है. See, we have started new batches in our center now, Bhakti Center. Started new batches. 170 people registered, right? 40 people in the morning batch, 60 people in the afternoon batch, another 30 people in the evening batch. Morning English, afternoon Telugu, evening in Hindi, and then next day morning. Now, right now, as you speak, batch is going on, right? Sunday morning batch. 60 people registered, 20 people came. Prashadam is made for all of them. कौन देता है प्रसादम के पैसे? इस कौन देता है? नहीं, हम देते हैं. सेवा है कि नहीं? Devotee is very enthusiastic. He wants to cook for 100 people also. Okay? Keep it ready. Whoever comes, right? Today morning also, but very less number of people come. They have so many reasons not to come. So many reasons. This reason, that reason, that reason. But a devotee looks for only one reason, Krishna. I am coming to you to please you. Me coming to satsang will please you. Please everybody repeat this. Samsiddhir. Samsiddhir. Haritoshanam. Samsiddhir. Haritoshanam. Samsiddhir. Haritoshanam. Remember this mantra every time. Everything is to please Krishna. Haritoshanam. Samsiddhir. Haritoshanam. Why are we doing this satsang? This satsang every Sunday morning, why are we doing? Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Why are you all coming here? Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Whether you understand this or not, doesn't matter. What matters? Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Right? Everything I am doing is to please Krishna. If you remember this one thing, then you'll understand Bhagavad Gita. If you don't remember this one thing, no matter how much we learn, we'll never understand Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Any questions here? You all, some of you, if you want, you can join that. Yeah, you have a question, Brian? Yeah. You can come in the front. In the meantime, I'll just finish what I was saying. You can join some small yatras, right? Once in 3 months, we are planning to go to some local yatra. Like the one that we are right now doing is more of children excursion thing. But still, if you're interested, you can book and come. Because we'll have a morning program, we'll have an evening program, we'll go to forest and all this. Knowing devotees more, right? Once we'll go and stay in my farm, VSK is there, Vaishnav Sevakunj. Stay overnight and then get up together, then do japa together, right? You should do all these things. And you can come more, even in the evening, we have a session in the center. Start coming to the center. Once in a while, get up early, go to the center, do your japa there. It opens at 5 o'clock. There are some Prabhus who sit there and do their japa. They also do morning aarti. You can attend the entire aarti just by going there. Go at 7 o'clock, attend aarti. Right? Or every Sunday morning, you can attend aarti and come here. That also you can do. Or Saturdays you can go. Right? And every day we are distributing prasadam. How many of you know that? Some of you don't know. Okay. So every day we are distributing prasadam. Every day. You can sponsor for that. Only 1600 rupees per day. 1600 rupees. क्या मिलता है इसके अलावा बोलो? कुछ भी नहीं मिलता है. 150 people you can serve prashadam. 150 people. Nice full filled drone. Right? Khichdi, halwa. Whatever. On good days, of your auspicious days, right? Or make any day auspicious. There is one Mataji, she came and told, she's the wife of IAS officer. Her son is studying in IIIT. She moved from Chandigarh to here. And she's every day going and serving there. Every day she's going. She's living in Marriott Hotel. And every day she goes to the center, she serves prasadam there. Every day she's attending Mangalarti also. I told her, why don't you shift from Marriott to some nearby flat? You can as well live near me. She's like, yeah, I'll think about it. Her husband is traveling from Chandigarh every day. He's an IPS officer. Right? So, so she told, Prabhu, any day there is a gap and nobody's taking, that is my day. So people are not leaving any gaps. Right? So why am I telling this? Is because you should become part of some extraordinary activity to feel the presence of God. By paying 5,000 rupees, you will not get presence of God. But by serving prasadam, you will feel presence of God. Right? By distributing Bhagavatams, we are distributing Bhagavatams. 340 Bhagavatams are already sponsored. Right? How is that possible? How is that possible? It's possible when we have the desire to do it. Right? You should also do that. Do whatever you can to make Krishna's presence in your life. Because nothing here will remain. Whatever money we have. And remember one thing. The more you give, the more you get. Not with that intention, but I've seen this in life. When you start giving, Krishna starts giving. You give with one fist, Krishna gives with his fist. Krishna's fist is how big? हमारे हाथ बस नहीं होंगे पकड़ने के लिए. Right? That much he gives. Right? When he has to give. When he sees our desire to serve. Look at Prabhupada. He had nothing. He had 40 rupees in his pocket. Now Prabhupada is the richest person on the planet. How many temples, how many farm communities, how many devotees, how many... Just give, chappat paad ke. Like that. So we should be part of these things. Go on yatras, spend money. Go on individual yatras. Go on group yatras. Best is group yatras. Right? Don't wait for me to arrange. Sometimes, because I am a grahastha. I also have limited number of casual leaves and sick leaves. Right? And I also have limited salary. Right? As it is, I'm not working. I don't know why I'm getting salary. So I have my own limitations. But if 10 of you want to go on a yatra, plan it and let me know. I will arrange for a guide for you. If you all go to, say, 10 of you would, Prabhuji, you want to go to Puri, you want to go to Dwarka, just let me know 2 weeks in advance. And I'll arrange for a sadhu who will actually take you to all the places and tell the katha in the spot. That will be like, my God, हम लोग इतने बार यहाँ पे सब मालूम ही नहीं था. You go to Vrindavan, lot of people go to Vrindavan. What is this people? Baki Bihari? And maybe, Yamuna, maybe they'll go once. Raman Reti, I don't know. A lot of people don't even know what is Raman Reti. Right? You go to all the... Raman Reti is a place where Krishna and Balram used to play kusti. All the sand is like talcum powder there. You will go there. How will you know? Unless the sadhu takes you. Right? We go to Raman Reti. Once in a while, when we go on yatra, we take it, and we all do kusti there. All devotees, chal, aja. Like that. You have fun, right? There is a place where Krishna killed a demon inside a cave. You go to that cave. It's like 2-hour travel. Nidhivan, Mahavan, like so many, different forests. 134. So you should do that yatras. पैसा रख के क्या करोगे? पैसा जमा करो और यात्रा करो. Right? And go with a devotee. Then the devotee will show you all those things. Here also, you're coming at 8 o'clock, 8:15. Why don't you come early and sit down here and chant? It's a nice place to chant, right? No disturbance. Right? If you all come, even I'll come early. I'll come at 6 o'clock and sit here and finish my rounds. We can do congregational chanting. You know what I'm saying? You can improvise your spiritual situation with your own voluntary disposition. You can choose some more activities to do. You can do Nitya Prasad Seva. See, you cooking every day and going and distributing is difficult. But you can at least give that money and ask somebody else to distribute. Or you can go and distribute also. Every evening, 6 o'clock, go to Bhakti Center, the thing will come out, you start distributing. And now people are coming and asking, Abhi kyun nahi lagaya? Abhi kyun nahi lagaya? Abhi chalu hona chahiye sir. People are like so eager to have that prasadam every day. Right? And most of the people, who take are laborers who are walking from after they finish their job at 5:36 and they're going from the construction site back to their rooms. and the laborer has prasadam, what do you think he'll become in next life? Birla. Krishna tells, right? If you start your devotional life and don't end it properly, you'll take birth in a rich family. So who is Kumaramangalam Birla in this life? What is he in last life? He was a carpenter. On the way he saw prasadam, he ate. That's all. Right? You get a good birth. Right? You get a good opportunity. So be part of sevas. In your own way. There is one Prabhuji in my home Ankura. This recently happened to me. In my home Ankura, we celebrated Janmashtami. On that day, our famous ISKCON Khichdi. How many of you like ISKCON Khichdi? अच्छा रहता है गरम गरम सब रहता है उसके अंदर पूरा यूनिवर्स रहता है उसके अंदर so we made that ISKCON Khichdi and one gentleman he is not related to any devotion or anything he just came had that khichdi so Prabhuji what is this how is it made it is amazing I never had anything like this and that Praveen Prabhu who lives one of our satsang members who lives there is like no it is made we make this khichdi made I want this khichdi I want to know how you make it and I want this khichdi so whenever you want we can no I'll do a thing I fast on Ekadashi so he follows Ekadashi that one thing he follows so Dwadashi morning he wants to distribute khichdi so every Dwadashi is ordering for khichdi from Karthik Prabhu for 200 people and in my home Ankura is standing and is distributing every Dwadashi khichdi right so see suddenly became part of seva कितना लगता है पैसा कुछ भी नहीं होता है कि नहीं so do things using your resources which will please Krishna samsiddhir Haritoshana Hare Krishna you had a question we'll take that yeah
प्रभु जी इसमें आपने बताया कि लास्ट के श्लोक सब हमने किए थे इसके इसमें जो संस्कृत वर्ड था वो था योगी बट आप बता रहे हैं कि भक्तों के लिए है कि भक्ति इज नॉट वरी वो कहा है पर इसमें तो संस्कृत वर्ड योगी दिया हुआ था
हाँ इसमें क्या है प्रभुपाद जी क्या करते हैं बिकॉज प्रभुपाद जी ऑलरेडी नोज द कंक्लूजन ऑफ भगवद गीता he makes us prepare from the beginning itself saying that yogi is a bhakta because at the end of Bhagavad Gita Krishna says sarva dharman parityajya unless you are my devotee you cannot in this verse if he is telling that you can come to me being a yogi he is meaning yogi as a devotee simply being a yogi we cannot Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Radhanayine Hiranya Kashi Purvakshaha Shilakankanakalare Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho Yato Yato Yam Tato Narsimho Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade Savakara Kamala Bharenakam Adbhuta Shingam Karita Hiranyakashipu Tanumrina Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Adbhuta Shingam Karita Hiranyakashipu Tanumrina Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare विघ्ननाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की, श्रील गुरुदेव की, निताय गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे हरि ऑल assembled devotees की, 8th chapter completion की, 9th chapter beginning की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे Hare Krishna. So small request for prayers is today or last week was the anniversary of Sandeep Prabhu and his good wife. So they have sponsored Prasadam today. So let us chant for their happy spiritual life and happy life, in devotion, in midst of devotees. We're chanting Hare Krishna mantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. And Indra Mataji also was not able to come for many days because her mother-in-law is not feeling well. Let us pray once Hare Krishna mantra for her mother-in-law to recover nicely, so Mataji can come with Prabhuji like blissfully again back to the satsang. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Anybody else? Anniversaries, birthdays, prayers? Nobody wants prayers? Let's pray for each other. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmane Vaishnave, Swalpa Punya Vratan Rajan, Viswaso Naiva Jayate, Shariraha Vidyajal, Jadendriya Trahe Kal, Jive Vele Vishesagare, Tara Madhya Jivayati, Lobomai Sudurmati, Take Jeta Katin Samsare, Krishna Vadadaya Mai, Kori Vare Jiva Jai, Saha Prasad Anadilo Bhai, Shreyan Namrata Pao, Shri Radha Krishna Gun Gao, Premeda Ko Chaitanitai, Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Nitai Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Prasadam ki jai. Hare Krishna, please have Prasadam.